In his first 3 seasons in the NBA, Zion Williamson's journey has been a roller coaster ride of highs and lows. He's looked great when he's playing, but he's only been able to play in 85 games through 4 years. For the 2024 season, Zion came in healthy and wanted to change the perception of him across the league. At times to start the year, he struggled and had less involvement in the offense than he would have liked. The Pelicans would have CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram be the primary ball handlers, while Zion set screens and stayed in the corner or dunker spot. Fans demanded to see Zion get more action and even started a Twitter campaign, Point Zion, in reference to letting him play point guard. Quickly into the season, the Pelicans noticed that fans were actually right, and they are their best when Zion has the ball, and now they are playing games with him being the primary ball handler or point guard. And let's just say, it's scary for the NBA. When Zion brings the ball up the floor, the Pelicans average 1.14 points per possession. This is not just a good points per possession, but it's elite. And in games where Zion has 6 or more assists, this year, the Pelicans are 15-3 and outscored their opponents by 181 points. Zion is not your prototypical point guard. He's 284 pounds, making him the 3rd heaviest player in the NBA, and he does not shoot from the outside. Since Zion has got to the NBA, his weight has been a huge concern for fans and media.
He's fat! You look like you showed up to the game having just ate a buffet. Not something from the buffet. I said the buffet. Like you ate the damn table.
But when you're as strong, fast, and athletic as Zion, the number attached to his weight should not matter. The Pelicans have crafted a perfect play style for Zion where they use his strengths to his advantage. When Zion takes the ball, it immediately causes a matchup nightmare. He's stronger than almost every other guard and forward in the NBA, and faster than every big man. If you place a big man on Zion, he can blow right by them, and if you place a smaller wing or guard, he will bully them to get an easy bucket. Let's look at Point Zion in action. If defenders give him space instead of shooting like a guard normally will, he builds up speed and powers through them or gets a crafty bucket where he literally jumps around them. Defenders sag off Zion since he won't shoot, but he uses this to his advantage by running full speed at them. Zion is elite at getting to his spot under the rim. He leads the NBA with 4.8 shots per game from 0 to 2 feet from the basket, which is the most attempts from this range since 2014. This is crazy, since most times Zion is bringing up the ball and creating this look for himself. He isn't just camping in the paint like an old school center. That really just shows how crafty and powerful he is at getting to his spot. The Pelicans offense also utilizes pick and rolls perfectly to allow Zion to get the right matchup. Like on this play, the Heat put Bam Adebayo on Zion. This is probably one of the best Zion counters in the league. But Jonas Valanciunas sets a good screen and takes Bam out of the play. Now, Zion has Nikola Jovic on him, who's 80 pounds lighter and not as quick, and Zion gets to his spot with ease to score. And here's another pick and roll, done the opposite way. This time, Zion has a smaller defender on him, but the screen brings up the bigger Marvin Bagley. Bagley is not a good perimeter defender at all, and is very slow at moving laterally. So Zion does a quick crossover, and it leads to him getting ahead for an easy drive and dunk. Sometimes all you can do is foul Zion in these pick and rolls. He has the 3rd highest free throw rate as a pick and roll ball handler, with only Giannis and Butler ahead of him. Or teams can double team him and force him to pass the ball, but this is where he's getting deadly. On this play, he takes the ball up, and both Anthony Davis and LeBron shade to his side to prevent the drive. Now, D'Angelo Russell has to pick up either Larry Nance Jr. or Herb Jones. He hesitates and sticks with Nance, and this is all the time Zion needs to kick it out to Jones for an open 3. Since December 28th, Zion is averaging 5.7 assists per game, and plays like this are a frequent occurrence. Teams have to pick their poison and decide whether to double Zion or not. But he's getting so good at reading defenses, and the Pelicans have surrounded him with great shooters. CJ McCollum and Herb Jones are shooting 42% from 3 this season. Trey Murphy has had an up and down year, but he can be a 40% three-point shooter. And then Brandon Ingram can score at all levels and is not a guy that you want to leave in a one-on-one either. As this season has gone on, we've seen the Pelicans finally find a perfect play style for Zion. The proof is there, and that when Zion is controlling the ball, the Pelicans are a better team. There are not many big men that can handle the ball and get to spots as easily as him. There is almost no player you can compare Zion to, since with his skill set, he's such a unicorn in the NBA. But if you were to pick one player who's the most similar to him, I think it would be Giannis. Both are freakish athletes and have overpowering physical traits, yet can handle the ball and be patient on offense and always get their spot or get a good look for teammates. Comparing their year 4 stats, it's almost identical. Both average around 22.5 points per game, both average 5 assists per game, and both have a usage rate around 28%. In Giannis's 4th season, the Bucks started giving him the keys to be the primary ball handler, similar to how Zion is just now getting the role as the primary ball handler. However, the Bucks, after Giannis's 4th season, continued to increase his usage rate every year until it got as high as 37.5%. The increased trust that the Bucks gave Giannis to control the ball even more took him from an all-star to an MVP, and the Bucks leaped from being a playoff team to the best record in the NBA to eventually NBA champions. It's not to say Zion is guaranteed to do this if he plays as the primary ball handler, but fans don't realize it's still in his range of outcomes to reach his ceiling. Zion went from being one of the most hyped up NBA prospects ever out of college to being criminally underrated. He's gone through major injuries and coaches who use him like a traditional big man. Now Zion has found his role, and the Pelicans quietly are the 5th seed in a loaded Western Conference. The Pelicans are a team to watch out for going forward, since we're just seeing the beginning of what point guard Zion can truly be.